right, welcome back to another episode of James May Talks Too Much. I got Derek Schoonover here.
James is like, I need somebody fatter and dumber than Stacey Edlin to try to break my couch. I was like, I'm those. I'll do that.
This was actually
Wait.
Stacy's couch.
Ew. Ew, I thought I smelled red pube.
Red
pubis.
Viking pube.
Long, elongated pube. Wait, do we talk to the camera? That's pretty weird, isn't it?
No, you talked to
It's
me.
like we're talking to the fourth.
No,
we're
it's
breaking
super,
the fourth wall.
It's super awkward
We're
because...
talking directly.
Fuck.
You broke it again. Right on. Wait, I'm supposed to talk to you?
Yeah.
Right.
It was super awkward for a second because you were just like dead staring at everybody.
I like it better this way.
Just
How you doing
straight.
it's like we're streamers, like YouTube streamers. we could play games while we're talking or doing this too. That'd be fun.
I'm actually thinking about doing that
Guess,
Twitch thing.
I guess James is just really rude, though. I mean, I would invite all my friends to play games while they're doing podcasts, but
I mean, what do you want to play a game?
no, that'd be weird.
I mean, whatever.
I'm having a hard time as it is
I know.
because of all the cocaine.
Yeah, because there's piles of it everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
they're off screen though. They're behind the camera.
Dude,
It's with the
I
cocaine,
have to, like-
there's lions.
there's women with no underwear on, so they can't steal any of it.
Yeah, the lions, however, lots of underwear. The lions have extra underwear on. That's the thing I'm into. There's a word for it, but I don't remember it. This is weird.
What's weird about it?
Everything.
So Derek Schoonover is one of my fellow comedians, and I thought I'd make him super awkward and invite him on.
Yeah.
And first timers
How
always
about invite them in? Get it like a.
first timers
gotta
always
invite
get
'em
the
in.
question: what makes Derek Schoonover Derek Schoonover?
I would probably say if I had to narrow it down, I'd say maybe like a vast sucking hole of hatred for everything living. If I had to narrow it down, like, you know,
What's the number one thing you hate?
just all of it. Like let me put it this way. Like, it's like let's say, so you have a camera, right? Let's use the example of a camera, and you point the camera at a thing. That's the thing that's in the picture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So just anything that I'm looking at is the thing that I hate the most at that point. I know, like, hatred, just like, what do you call it? Like, unfocused, boring hatred is like, it's not in vogue these days. It's not really a personality type, you know. It's just some sort of thing to lean on while you're getting through the days, you know. Like I'm planning on getting hit by a train at some point, and I'm just waiting for that to happen, and just filling the time with just unfiltered, absolute. That's not really true. I just sort of try to ignore everything and not think for most of the day, and then someday, hopefully.
That's not a good way to live.
Sweet train release.
Sweet train release.
Yeah.
I mean,
You ever gotten hit by a train?
no. I
It
don't
probably
know many
sucks.
people.
I would think you'd have to get. I did know a guy who got hit by a train. Well, I know two guys who got hit by a train. 3. Whoa. At least 3. One guy I met when I was very young. One of my parents' friends, he lost his legs because he fell asleep on a train track.
How do you fall asleep on a fucking...
You got to be very intoxicated. That's the way to do it. And then fall asleep that way, too, because they're usually, like, humped up, you know? So,
No,
like,
dude,
fall asleep with your head.
No. Did not fall asleep. Pass the fuck out.
Yeah. Well, some people call that falling asleep. They're called alcoholics and drug addicts, and they're good people too, James.
I know. I'm just saying.
Maybe.
I just wanted. He fell asleep technically on the train tracks.
He technically lost.
How the fuck
lost
do you do
consciousness.
that?
I think the appropriate politically correct term would be lost consciousness, and then lost his legs. because they got ran over by a train.
In consequence to the constant unconsciousness.
Yeah, I bet you the train didn't even notice. Like the guy who was driving the train was just like,
Raccoon.
So another guy I knew when I was a little older.
Diet Coke.
You want me to just keep telling the story? You want me to tell the story to the?
Go.
I'll tell it to the camera. I'll look right at it with my dead eyes, and they can feel just a shiver going up their spine. That wasn't Diet Coke. He just took a huge chug of whiskey, wasn't it? Oh, that's a Diet Coke there.
You're colorblind, but
yeah,
that's good in 2020, you know.
So when I was a teenager, another family friend who was driving a van, and in the van got hit by a train, and he died. Because that's what happens.
I mean,
you die.
You don't just lose your legs sometimes, but most of the time you die.
Most of the time you die. And then another guy, when I was a teenager, maybe in my 20s or something, who I knew and had worked with, killed himself by driving his car onto a train track. And
I just straight did it.
Yeah. He was like, this will probably work. And it did. And he's dead also. So there's a train track right next to my house, kind of. I hear them going by all the time. And I'm like, you know what would be cool is to derail that train downtown. It's just packed full of oil and propane tankers and stuff. That would literally burn. It would literally burn Spokane to the ground. How great would that be? That's like
your legend.
No, what would happen is like right now you got Spokane, and then you got Coeur d'Alene, and then you got like I don't know, Sandpoint, and then Spokane Valley down here somewhere. And if Spokane got exploded by me, like by derailing a train. Yeah. Well, that's the technical terminology for that.
You exploded it.
Yeah, if I derailed like I don't know 70 tankers, in downtown Spokane, a couple of them maybe if I got it timed right, and then the entire downtown Spokane burnt down, Spokane Valley would move up a notch, man. Everybody, what's the word? Rising tides lift all ships.
Ooh.
Is that
still you're an asshole.
Right way.
Still, you're an asshole.
You don't think burning down Spokane is a good idea?
You're an asshole.
Did wonders for Chicago. Chicago's doing great. You ever been to Chicago? I've been there.
No, I've never been there. I've actually, other than where I was born in the Philippines.
Philippines.
I've never really been off the West Coast.
More like Filipinas, right?
Filipinas,
right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about there?
Dude.
What's a Philippine anyway?
A Philippine?
Yeah.
It's like a mixture between a Mexican and an Asian.
I don't think that's right. It doesn't sound right at all.
It actually is.
Yeah, well, it's not funny. I think it's racist.
Well, you asked me what it was.
Well, you can't just say
how else do I describe it?
If what it is racist, you can't just say it. That's how the world works now. You got to sort of find a workaround.
Nah, I'm lazy. I'm lazy.
Is that a Rick Bear?
Yeah, Teddy Rick.
That's weird.
I'm
gonna wake up seeing that in my dreams.
Dude, look at what I have on my fucking wall behind it. I'm weird.
I don't know.
We're sitting on a Ninja Turtles blanket.
Is this an Aboriginal painting?
Actually, it's from Alaska. One of my homies made it.
That's where Aborigines are from. Alaska.
Really?
No, man, I don't think so. They're Inuits. You can't even say Eskimo's not. You can't say Eskimo anymore. That's racist too.
It actually is. Like you don't do that.
Like if you said Eskimo to an Eskimo, you think they would beat the shit out of you out in front of 7-Eleven? My cousin one time in Reno.
You realize what you just fucking did, right?
What's that? Are you an Eskimo? Is that what's
double Eskimo?
Oh, triple Eskimo. I don't mind. I still don't think. See, that's one of those things. Like that's not gonna kick in for another couple of decades, probably. My cousin one time outside of a 7-Eleven in Reno, he was walking. This guy was like, "Hey, fuck you, man." I don't know exactly what he said. And my cousin was like, "What are you gonna do? Shoot me?" And then the guy shot him.
That's exactly what I was planning on doing. Fucking
that's my
dumbass.
plan. It just whacked him right in the leg bone. Not a weird place to get shot.
I would say the thing that you should probably like be calling them is Alaskan Natives.
Yeah?
That's just
How
the
about,
easiest way, and they don't get offended.
What about ice Jews?
Never heard that, but I might start using
Do you
it.
think that'll work?
I like that one.
This town is lousy with ice Jews.
We got tons of ice Jews over here.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Oh, now we're
there.
making up like.
You know what we should talk about is the important deaths this week. There's been some important ones.
Yeah, we got that RGB.
No, Animal from Legion of Doom. He just died. Who?
Or RBG.
RBG?
Yeah. What?
The
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
the
She died.
the owner, the CEO and founder of Arby's. The RBG.
The RBG.
My name's Arby.
I'm RB.
You know Mick G, the guy, the director that directed like Charlie's Angels and stuff like that. His name's MCG. What an asshole! The guy's like 62 years old too. Like, you fucking retard! Stop it! Wait.
How can I get trick 23-year-olds to sleep with
was
me?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg in WWE? Is that?
No,
She
you're
was a
an
wrestler.
asshole, dude. How?
She was
No.
a
I have to
professional-
ask this.
Professional wrestler.
I brought you on this
This
podcast for this question alone.
Podcast.
To be honest,
About
how do you
Ruth Bader
get
Ginsburg?
by in life being such a fucking asshole?
Oh, it's easy.
No, it can't
So
be. You
easy.
just talked about killing yourself with a train.
Yeah, that's actually that's a pretty conscientious good way to go out. You know, it's not too nobody.
No,
really
I
has to-
mean like that's like I'm not
Really has
saying
to
your
do a lot of
suicide
cleanup.
isn't like boss.
the guy who has to like spray off the train is just gonna be like, well, they must have hit another cow because this is a lot of intestine to have to spray. It's fine. It's fine.
I just recently had the privilege to get to know you a little bit more, and you're a really nice
Me?
guy deep down, man.
No.
Yes,
no,
you
that's
are.
Incorrect.
Don't
That's
do
a
that.
Lie.
No, you are.
See,
and
it's a
like
bunch of people that are like, you know, you're not too bad. You're probably doing all right. It's like, no, that's incorrect. I have this conversation with Phil Cocknazi too the other day because he's like,
did you really just do that one?
do what? That's his name, isn't it?
Kopczynski?
No, not that guy.
Houston?
No, Cocknazi. It's in my phone. Let
Oh
me
my
make sure.
god, that's
Yeah, see? Phil Cocknazi is right there. I was having this conversation with him, and
Okay.
he's like, I'm trying to figure out what you got good, because you can't be this much of a, piece of shit, and you
You're
probably
like, let
you
me
gotta
prove you
yeah,
right
you
real
gotta
quick.
care. You gotta care about comedy and what you're doing and stuff. And I was like, no, absolutely not. You have no idea. Like, I was like, all that I do is I try to keep like my hands busy and not think as much as possible throughout the day, hoping that eventually I'll die, and then that'll be a nice sweet release. You know what I mean?
You chose a
Pretty
fucking
good, huh?
dope way to go out. Like,
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, you
gotta do the
what would
train
be
thing
sweet,
now.
Well, we know how I'd work it out, because I'm not gonna kill myself. I just like to talk about it a lot. That sort of helps to not do it. But what would be sweet is if I was like sitting in a if I was sitting in a movie theater, like watching I don't know, what is the new Star Wars, the Squadrons movie that's coming out, right? Are you on that? Have you seen that one?
the new Star Wars?
Yeah, it's Squadrons, right? Isn't that is it a movie or is that a TV show?
Are you talking about The
gonna be a TV
Mandalorian?
show. No. Anyway, the newest let's say 2 years from now, whatever Star Wars movie that they're putting
trying
in
to
the
get off
theater.
the trying to get some
Yeah.
money off of some more money.
If theaters are even around. But it would okay, yeah, let's say
let's talk about that theater game real quick.
let's say that I'm at
Okay, go on.
let's say that I'm at like a Smash Mouth concert. But it's not Smash Mouth.
Getting your All-Star on?
Yeah, it's hologram Smash Mouth. And I'm like, this is awesome, and I'm just having a really good time rolling on ecstasy, and somehow I get hit by a train, but I'm the only one in the audience. And I'm like, I don't know how this happened. This is unprecedented. Like, oh, I know how it could be. Like they're carrying a train on a plane, and it falls out and comes straight down.
Just the train engine.
Yeah.
No, because you couldn't fit like a whole like train.
Yeah, either that or like a penny drops from space, and it just it just hits me right there. I like the idea of being the what do you call that? The point of impact of like a nuclear bomb or something like.
Well, no, I can
see
the like. I'm with you. Like I do that same thing of like I enjoy making other people feel awkward.
Yeah. Wait.
You enjoy it.
Do you feel awkward?
I feel awkward.
I was telling that to Liam Dempsey last night. I was like, I wish there was everybody had like a little thing that was like an indicator so I could tell when they became uncomfortable with me talking to them.
And you would be happy. I know you would. You're such a sick motherfucker.
Yeah. No, it's not bad. It's pretty bad. It
got really bad.
It got really bad with Liam last night. I was just like, because he was just sitting there next to me.
Did you fuck with him too last night?
Oh, yeah, for like an hour.
I told him to go fuck himself.
Stop doing this. I kept throwing a pin at everybody. I don't know, man. That was a bad idea, right? That's not a good place. I think they overcharged me there. I'm a little bit upset about it, but I'm not gonna complain.
Anyways.
Right? I mean,
it's the only open mic, so.
Yeah, you got a good point.
Yeah, but no, last night. Oh, were you mean to Liam last night though?
No, I wouldn't say mean.
I was.
Yeah, I was bullying him completely. I was very mean
I apologized to him, but I told him to save that James Gay shit for somebody else.
Gay.
Basically.
Come on, that's classic.
Yeah.
That's classic. People call me Schoonover or Spoonover, which doesn't make any sense. I like the
Spoons.
See, that's not cool. It'd be cool if my name was like Derek Eggett J Man. Then people could be like, "Hey, we're gonna really shut you down here, buddy, and ruin your self-esteem." But
that's pretty easy. What's going on your phone?
Nothing. I'm just looking at it.
What the fuck's going on with that cover?
This has all the answers.
What's going on with that cover?
You like that?
What is it?
It's pimpish. It's a peacock.
Put it towards the camera. That is actually fucking bougie as fuck.
Can you zoom in?
Like,
hey, wait, do that thing. Have you tried to do that thing? I don't think you could do it. You remember that thing? Have you ever seen that thing in the movies where it was like kind of big in the 90s, but it was like in the 70s, then it skipped the 80s, then it came back in the 90s for a little while. And it's that thing where somebody's standing there, and what you do is you move the camera forward, but pull the zoom back at the same time, and so they get really big, but it's like the background moves. Have you ever seen that thing? Where it's
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it looks really cool. You should do that with my phone.
Right.
But do it in post-production.
Not going to, but good idea.
It's all sparkly and stuff.
Dude, last kind of
like
case that I think
it's really dope, dude.
But
I thought I found a diamond the other day.
So
yeah, for real.
Like where?
Just out on my porch. Well, not my porch, but like the walkway in, like this shared hallway kind of thing, you know. Yeah, and I was like, this is sweet. Look at this diamond. And then I looked up how to figure out if it was a diamond, and it was passing all the little tests they had, and I was like, oh, this is fucking sweet. Because it was like this big fat diamond. And then they're like, if you heat it up and then drop it into cold water, if it's a diamond, it won't shatter. And I was like, cool. So I did that, and it didn't shatter, and I was like, awesome, it's a real diamond. And then I like cleaned it off and looked at it, and it was still together, but it was definitely shattered on the inside. It was really weird. I was like, what?
I was like, oh no.
Upon retrospect, I got to tell you, that was a boring story, and I regret telling it. It was awful. I hated it. It made me feel like
shit.
Like a bad person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
like an ice. It made me feel like an ice Jew. I don't like that.
God damn it.
Lord,
I'm getting canceled.
Zingo. You ever watch professional wrestling?
Growing up, I did. How about you?
Yeah, all the time. See, that's what I was talking about. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. She was, Animal from Legion of Doom. She was tough. She was a tough old bitch.
Never. I didn't get the
You never saw Legion of Doom? There were these huge gay dudes that fucking had paint on their face and like football pads with spikes coming out of them.
Oh, I can't. I think like that's when I stopped like watch like that. That was like I grew up a little bit.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Dude, I don't know, man. I like the UFC.
What? UFC's gayer than the Quran. I stole that joke. That's pretty funny.
Whose joke is that? Because it's awful regardless.
I think it was Red Bar. Have you ever listened to Red Bar? The Red Bar radio? Oh, man, it's great. It's like looking into I think me and that guy are actually, I think he's probably younger than me, but it's like looking into my future. He's just this guy who does a podcast with his wife.
Oh, dude, and, that's like a fucking goal of mine, by the way. Yeah. Go on.
Wait, to have a wife?
Both.
Oh.
Like, wife and podcast with her.
That'd be funny if in the future that's what marriage was, is you just start a podcast together instead of getting married. And then it's like legally binding. No, Red Bar, he's like him and his wife, and he's just this guy who, I guess he owned a comedy club in Chicago for a while, but all he does is shits on comics and podcasters for like 8 hours at a time. Puts out like 5 and 7 hour long podcasts and stuff, and that's my goal, except for I'll be like 65, probably 700 pounds, and I'll just talk about Spokane comics and nobody else, and I'll have like 4 listeners, but I'll be like, you know, very, very loyal to those 4 listeners.
I gotta give you props on your writing jokes for other comics, like
fun,
little bit thing you're doing.
It's like the best way to just shit on somebody's head.
Dude.
Just dump right down the back of their spine.
Dude, Rob takes it like a fucking champ, though, doesn't he?
No.
He takes it like a champ.
No, Rob's a brittle little man, and I'm going to break him soon.
Is that why you keep doing it?
I'm going to finish him
off.
Are
you trying to break Rob?
Yeah. I'm going to push him in front of a train. That's the plan. God, I hope he doesn't get ran over by a train now.
Oh, no.
And people are going to be like, look, there's Derek's handprints right on his naked butt, because he's going to be naked when it happens.
Oh, because he's gay.
Wait, you don't have to be gay to get naked. See, that's my plan. Wait,
no. Are you part of him getting hit by the train?
No,
or
I'm
he's just naked on a train track? Is that what you're going for? That's what you just described.
Of all the people that you know, who besides Rob seems more likely to be walking naked along a train track? And that's a pretty specific question, but
am I going like? Do I have a full reign of all Spokane comedians? Is that what we're going with?
You could use everybody on Earth. Maybe Matthew McConaughey.
No, honestly, it's Charlie Sheen.
Rob Wentz and Matthew McConaughey.
Charlie Sheen.
So here's what. Never mind. Oh wait, is that your avatar in the corner? That little circle?
On the Xbox screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that digital blackface? Are you doing digital blackface?
No.
It looks dark.
It's
I'm really doubling down on digital blackface. I think it's the wave of the future.
No.
Nobody likes real blackface, but digital blackface is sweet, dude.
It's not that. It's actually me tan, because unlike you, I do that during the summer.
Oh yeah, I haven't
being
left
Mexican
the house.
And all.
Wait, I thought you were an ice Jew.
I'm not Alaskan at all.
Oh. You're Filipinas?
No, I was born in the Philippines.
Hello, my name's James Gay, a Filipinas.
Oh my! I'm gonna punch you.
That's what I was hoping for.
The amount of times that I fucking
brawl in your living room.
The amount of times that I've ruined your podcast in front of the comedy club.
Yeah. You know, that was only like, I don't know, 4 or 5 episodes. Isn't that weird?
And I ruined all of them.
And that whole
I feel like this is fair.
I don't know what's. Oh, look, I got the Blake bot here. Do you want to talk to Blake at all?
No. How is he?
I don't know. I think we got divorced.
Did he kill himself?
Probably. He wait. I don't want to kill myself. Yeah, that was pretty good. He doesn't want to kill himself. All right. Yeah. No, I'm not sure what's going on with Blake. I sent him some messages, and I was like, "You want to do?" I think probably what happened is, I think that he probably finally did the thing that he was talking about doing from like the second podcast episode through like the 25th podcast, which was quitting the podcast and never doing it again and stop talking to me as a person because he hates it and me and everything. So either that or killed himself. Probably killed his sister and himself and that little dog. He lives in a basement.
That got real dark real quick.
Yeah, that's where
Holy
dog killers live. Most dog killers live in basements. Wouldn't it be funny if Blake was doing a Son of Sam thing and his sister's shitty little dog was sending him out to murder people, and he's like just tortured on the inside, but he's like Shrimpy and the Blowfish, like telling his fucking dark ass jokes. What a dildo. That's good stuff. No, I'm notoriously difficult to work with, James.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I knew.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
that was half the reason I wanted to get down to this. Like, I wanted to talk to you about it and film it.
Blade was asking me about doing sketches last night, and I was like, I don't want to do any sketches. You dork. And he's like, have you ever written any? And I was like, I got some ideas. And then I stood there for like 2.5 hours just telling him dumb ideas. He's just like, I have to leave. I hate this. It was gold, though, man. Pure gold.
Can I at least hear one of the dumb? Do you remember one of them?
I got them all written down.
Wait, no, you wrote them down as you told him?
No, I wrote them down before. I got a lot of words.
Oh, no, you mean you actually do have words. Sketch ideas, but you told him terrible. To fuck off, basically?
Let's see. Yeah, I like gave it. It's like a, what do you call that? An embarrassment of riches. Like he's like, could I borrow a quarter? And I was like, I have 8,000 tons of quarters. Can I just dump that? And he's like, this doesn't help. This doesn't help. What about? Let's see here. What was this? I thought there was a funny one, but
I got a good Marvel one that I'll share with you after. Like I think it's actually that good that I'm not sharing it right now.
How about this one? A man goes to get on antidepressants. He's talking to his shrink, and the guy's like, "Here, try this out," and he gives him a prescription. And the guy's like, and then it's like a montage of the guy trying the pills, and then going back to the doctor, being like, and then they try these ones, and he's like tries a bunch of different ones, and then the montage fades out, and it's the doctor and the shrink sitting there, and the guy's like, the guy and the doctor sitting there, and the guy's like, none of these really have worked for me. And he's like, you know what? There's an experimental new medication you could try, and it's it's good for what you have, and it'll hopefully cure you. There's about a 90% chance that it'll work. And the guy's like, cool, I'll try it. And then the doctor just slides a pistol over to him. I like that one. That's pretty cool.
No, dude, let's make that.
No, I'm not making sketches.
Well, can I have I'll give you money for it.
How about, oh, no, that was the one about the guy. Never mind. I got to this. I already did this bit. I'm bored with it, okay?
Wait, what?
I already did this bit with Blade last night.
Oh.
So now I'm bored with it.
With, like, talking about it?
No. With, like, just rambling off sketches for 45 minutes?
No, that was a good one. But, like, honestly, like, you should make that.
They're all terrible. No, you know why? Because sketches are dumb.
Why do you think they're dumb?
They're so dumb. They're really bad.
Why?
I hate them.
Why?
What's the top sketch? Who's the best? Who's the top sketch people?
Like, of all time?
Yeah, who's the champ?
Chappelle. Duh.
Yeah, you got a good point. Those are pretty good.
Cam Pill did pretty decent.
Yeah, no,
and
those are
Living
awful.
Color.
Nah, you got a good point. All right, I'll do it.
All right.
You convinced me. All it took was
just
somebody to ask.
Some logic.
Yep,
ask why.
It. Now, my entire understanding of the world. Yep, it's all different now. It's all up here, hill from here, Dad. We're gonna make it now, boy. That's wild. Wait, so Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she was.
We did start talking.
Has anybody
about
said
that.
Ruth Masturbator Ginsburg? Because that's got to be out there
Oh
somewhere,
my
right?
God! How has that not been a thing
Yeah,
yet?
yeah. Ruth Masturbate my Ginsburg.
Ruth Masturbate my Ginsburg.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, dude.
What about
R.I.P.
Yeah. Wait, wait. How old is she? She was like.
Dude, she was like 87.
So, I got a question about that. If she was like 87 years old, I guess. Like, my question is, who gives a shit, like, at all? Because who cares?
Whoa, like, who
like,
gives...
what did they expect to happen?
Like, who's surprised it happened is what I think you're trying to...
No, I mean, like, who cares at all? Like,
well, it's because it's like, really important, but...
I feel like if I got to 80, I would just install a wood chipper out below my house so that when I died, people could just throw me out the window into it.
So what you're saying...
water the garden.
...is why are people, like, all up in arms about, like, an 80-year-old dying?
Wait, are people all up in arms? Is that
yeah, dude.
Is that a thing that's happening?
Dude, they are not happy she died.
Today on Channel 6, Ruth Masturbator Ginsburg.
I actually...
thrown into a wood chipper.
I actually saw, like, a video of some lady driving, and she got the news, and she almost crashed her car.
That's so stupid. So Ruth was a.
She's a great woman.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was a great woman and feminist icon. She was Secretary of the Interior.
Not trying to diss her on that. I'm just saying people
Is that
are
what she
freaking
was?
out.
I don't think that's what she was. She was. She was a Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah, no,
right?
Like
Clarence
fuck
Thomas.
You used words close enough that fucked with me.
I tricked you.
Yeah, asshole.
Yes, that is correct.
But yeah, people are up in arms about
Masturbator Ginsburg, Vice President of the United States of Africa.
That's nowhere close to what it was. So I caught it that time.
I think I think I would be a lot more interested if she had died by catapult. Like, either way, like if you got launched a long distance, you know, like the energy it takes to go really, really far, that would be cool. Or the same amount of energy, but just like into a wall that's really close. Either one of those things, I'd be like, yes.
So, how about this? If you can put it in your will, if you get dementia or Alzheimer's,
that they can eat my brain.
When I fully go, this is how I want to go.
Yeah, I want to be eaten by children.
You can't do that one.
Yeah.
No.
Just a lot
You're
like feral children. Just to feed feral children.
You are an awful human being.
You don't think some of those starving kids are hungry enough to eat a fat white dude? I bet they are.
You're awful.
You cut me up into steaks.
You
delicious steak. But then you have to there's be a video of me as they're like eating, and then I'll have play the video. And I'm like, hey, how do I taste? You're eating people, and they're like, ah. And then they all jump off a cliff. It's too much to handle. They all jump off a cliff, but the cliff is too short. It just breaks their legs. They're writhing in pain. I was trying to find the fastest distance between starving and then things being worse. Starving's a pretty bad way to go. Have you ever starved, James?
No.
Really?
I'm alive.
Yeah. I haven't either.
You know how I'd want... If I could put that in my will...
Yeah?
I would say push me out of a plane. That just...
This week in local news, James May was pushed out of a plane with a dead Ruth Bader Ginsburg strapped to his back. She did not pull the ripcord.
What the fuck?
Now you're both dead.
She's already dead.
No, she's double dead now.
Is she double dead?
She's double dead. Would that be funny if? Okay, check this out. Let's say you're parachuting over the desert, and in your parachute doesn't open, so you just fall and you hit the ground and you explode, like your body explodes, and then like the next spring, there's just a little patch of grass in the desert where you died. That would be the funniest thing in the world. It's just a nice little. I was in the desert for a while, and when we left in Yuma, Arizona, when we left,
what the fuck was just said?
Yeah, the desert bloomed. There was grass in the desert. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Twist.
Oh yeah, okay, I broke it. That's why I broke James's thing.
You didn't break it at all.
I'm going to.
Please don't.
I was speaking,
I am still a fucking broke ass comedian.
I was speaking dimensionally. When I say I broke it, that doesn't mean that it's happened yet, but it is going to happen.
Dude, that was one of my favorite parts of going to Alaska.
Yeah.
Is when we started talking about time relativity and shit.
Uh-huh.
And like Interstellar, and then we got to a point that we were talking about why we see spaceships.
Yes.
And like how we need to realize that they got ghetto ass spaceships too.
Yeah.
And like that cloaking device goes out sometimes, bro. That's why we can see spaceships.
What?
What are you doing?
Who? Wait, so the cloaking device fails sometimes, and that's why we can see spaceships?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it's like teenagers. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm not really doing it. I'm just randomly pushing buttons on my phone. What? Have you ever seen a spaceship? I feel like I have. Once. One time.
A few different times I've seen. I think I've seen. But all it is lights I can't explain that disappear real quick.
Nice. I saw a thing where it was like a triangular sort of thing, and it sort of spun around and then just zoomed off.
It's like a
it zoomed off into space.
Cool.
You ever listen to the Possum Cast?
No.
No, it's god awful. Speaking of Rob and his naked ginger ass.
Alright, I'm not going to let you just call, like, I love those guys still, regardless.
You don't want to shit on them?
No.
Can I?
You can say whatever you want,
Well,
but I'm going to start it off, like, why don't you enjoy the Possum Cast?
Oh, because I hate everything. See, that's the whole point.
So you hate this podcast, too?
Of course. This is an awful podcast. It's absolutely the worst. And it's only... like, exponentially worse with me on it.
I think it made it better.
Yeah, I feel like I've been in this apartment before. Does that happen to you? It happens to me a lot. I was watching a video last night that somebody made. Yeah, and it was in a room. It was in a living room and bathroom. It's just a video walking, and I was like, I feel like I've been in this house. This is a house, right? And the guy was like, yeah, it's a house. I was like, I think I've been in there. I think I've been in here. This feels like an apartment that I've been in. Something about those two.
You're getting super weird.
What about those two boards right there?
But anyways, you've listened to the Possum Cast, obviously.
Wait, what?
You've listened to the Possum Cast, right?
Yeah, it's too political for me now, though.
What do they talk about on it?
Just politics and sports, basketball mostly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also gay rights issues.
Dre's actually is going to do a sports podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it good? I just had fun imagining Dre's sports podcast. I hope it turns out just like it was in my head.
How do you imagine Dre's podcast?
I imagine him going like give me two. I don't know sports names. Give me two sports names like.
The Nuggets and the Lakers.
This week, the Nuggets and the Nuggets and the Lakers. The Nuggets, they beat them by 14 points. yeah, and then on to something else.
You nailed it.
That was pretty good.
You nailed it.
I feel
You
like I would
nailed it.
listen to that podcast for hours and just be like, it's exactly the sort of thing that would turn my brain right off, and I'd be like, oh, this is good. I don't have to
think it all.
At all. No
and
thoughts.
Dre excites me when I hear his
14 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do that laugh. I can't do it. I wish I could do impressions really well.
Dude, you nailed that Dre one.
That was pretty good right at the end. It got all right. I bet if I practiced a lot, wouldn't that be weird if you knew somebody, if you just knew somebody like casually, but you just like recorded them, and then just went home and practiced doing their voice?
Not a celebrity,
Yeah.
just like Steve from Starbucks. What's up?
Yeah, just some guy that works at the post office. And you're like, hey. I've run into a few people that have really distinctive voices. This one guy, he was like a hick kind of, like, I don't want to say a hick. He wasn't like a hick. He was like a cowboy. He had the whole belt buckle and the tight jeans and like the shirt. But he was like a...
He dressed country.
Yeah, but he was like a country guy from the 70s kind of. He had like the fluffy hair and everything, but he had this like really deep voice and everything. And it was like
he should be singing country music.
Yeah, he was a singer, but it was like he was like 70, and we were both working at this ex-cons moving company.
Ex-cons.
Like, I was the meanest person I've ever met in my life. He would do this. He would hire people like day labor basically, and then he would do things like he would be holding his coffee cup. You know, like people do. Mm-hmm. And then he would go like this. And then he would look around and he'd go, why am I still holding this? And then somebody would walk over and take his cup and set it down. That was like part of the job. Isn't that the most fucking weird thing?
Dude, like, that's some like fuckery.
Yeah. He would like, it was like he was hiring indentured servants or something like that. He paid pretty good.
I think I could probably take that for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And one time I'd slap it out of his hand and walk out.
Yeah, he was terrifying.
Oh. Did he have a gun?
No, he just looked hideous. Like he had some sort of
I would like walk up and go like, here, bitch.
Well, that'd be funny if you had a flesh-eating virus. Then you could just like just jump at people and you could run up there and rub your face on their face.
No.
And then you'd be like, nah, you have the virus.
No, Derek.
Let's take over the county. Yay.
Derek, no.
You want to read a letter?
No.
Here, I'll read a letter.
What are you doing now?
I'm trying to give you some content here. Look, I wrote the Possum Cast a letter, and they didn't read it on the air. Can you believe that?
Do you want to read it on?
Can you believe that?
Do you want to read it on
Have you ever gotten an email?
No.
For this, if you did, and it was like clearly written to be read on the air, would you read it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you would. You know why?
I totally would. You want to read it now?
I'm gonna read it now just because
all right.
I'm trying to fuck with that Chinese child that they have doing production for them. You know the one, the little guy. He's so good at not getting trolled. I don't understand it. Has to be something to do with Asian genes, I'm sure.
I think it's because you can't see him.
Do you think Asians have trolls like culturally? Like how we have bridge trolls, like it's kind of a European thing?
I actually think most countries do.
I think an Asian troll would look real funny. Like real funny, you know? They're usually like kind of squat and bent over and everything. And
Derek.
What do trolls look like? You remember Willow? Have you ever seen that show?
Yeah. Movie.
The trolls in that one were real weird. I remember they turned into dinosaurs. He threw the acorn at him and then kicked him off the bridge. He turned into those two dinosaurs that look like Mitch McConnell. That was fucking hilarious.
Read your letter to the Possum Cast, okay?
All right. See, tell me if you would read this. All right. So, okay, I guess we'll have to say that they did read. Oh, this is where it gets even worse. They did read another letter on the air from a guy named Dave. Can you believe that?
Who's fucking Dave?
Exactly. All right. So, dear Possums, first of all,
dear Possums.
Yeah. Fuck Rob and Jay for not realizing that Dave is Nick's nom de plume, which is it's It's a fake. That's what I'm saying. It's just Nick writing into the podcast. That's what it is. And it's just a way to distance himself from his own vile, self-loathing Asian racism. I expected more from one of you, right? All right, so this is a Would You Rather, because they do this game called Would You Rather.
Okay.
And so my Would You Rather is, would you rather have boobs for hands or penises for toes? And now, to preemptively answer the questions that they're going to ask, I put in some, because they always ask questions, they try to get around, you know what I'm saying? A simple question like, would you rather have boobs for hands or penises for toes? They come up with all these things where it's like, what about this? What about that? Is it on the weekends too? All this shit, right? So I preemptively answered all their questions. So Rob, each boob has 5 prehensile nipples the length and girth of a 9mm bullet. No knuckles. You get to keep your regular ginger penis in addition to the penis toes. Nick and Jay's regular penis turns into a ginger penis if they take this choice. Oh, God, that's pretty funny. The penis toes have stiff toenails/foreskins that need to be trimmed every 4 to 6 weeks. It's absurdly painful, but it makes each penis toe come insanely hard when you do it. All right, now Jay's questions. Jay, you can tit fuck the hands, but you can't pee out of the penises. The boob hands lactate blood for 12 days out of the month, non-consecutive. If you let your dog lick your penis toes, it's considered rape. Either choice leaves you just as lonely and unfulfilled as you are right now. Now, Nick, the penis toes size are proportional to your body size, but the boob hands are huge, dog. The penis toes are pixelated when you look at them, but not when somebody else looks at them. And then thanks from literally the only real human that listens to your show, Derek Schoonover. And then I also told him to keep my fucking name out of your mouth. So maybe that's why they didn't read it. Maybe they were scared.
Wait.
Right?
Whoa. What was the in there? Why did that? What prompted you to put that one at the end?
Yeah, just to sound
No.
cool.
You don't get the gloss.
Just to sound
no gloss.
thuggish. Just to sound thuggish.
Oh.
Right? Like Ice Cube.
And they might have taken it as a...
As a threat.
Yeah.
Like a physical, bodily threat. I bet
you are bigger than all of us.
I bet Jay was like, because Jay's a lawyer, I bet Jay was like, legally speaking, if we read this on the air and Derek kills us, he has recourse legally because he already warned us to keep, his fucking name out of our mouth like that. And then I would get all of his money and his dog. Because that's how justice works in America.
Because you need that dog, bro.
Yeah. Have you ever seen his dog?
Yeah. Quincy?
Yeah. That dog has herpes for sure.
Wait, what? Why do you
dropping secrets, man. I've met up with that dog a few times on the weekends, and it is not a safe dog. It's a bug chaser.
It's a bug chaser?
Yeah, the dog's a bug chaser. Which usually in this situation, a dog who's a bug chaser is like a dog who chases grasshoppers or dragonflies around, but not this dog. I think his name's Quincy.
Quincy.
In this case, it's a dog who is trying to contract the HIV virus.
Is it humping everything?
Yeah. He's physically trying to. Yeah. He's trying to contract the HIV virus so that he can spread it.
Eagle style.
He's got a real 80s style mindset. He's a bad dog. What I'm trying to say is Jay's got a bad dog. A real dirty dog.
So, fucking hate.
Welcome to hour 4 of the Possumcast crossover with James May pees too much, right?
That's exactly
it. Is that
it.
what this one is? When are we getting the pee going?
So,
you think that you think? Hold on. When people look at their wrist to see what time it is, it's like a thing. What about this? What about like back in like cavemen and Jesus and all this stuff before watches. What if people just did that, and that's why they made watches? Like, it was just a thing. They're like, hey, what time is it? And a guy would be like, oh, there's nothing there. I don't know why I do that every time. You know what I mean?
It's
and then some inventor was like, where was a good place to put a clock?
We do this all the time
we
already.
do that. Yeah, maybe we just put something right there. And then the first one was like some thing that was like,
we both know that's not how that works.
They cut the skin out and they just bolt the watch face right down to the bone, just like RoboCop. You ever see RoboCop? That's how I do comedy, James. I just think of a thing and then I say, "Have you ever seen that? You ever heard of that?" And then I call it gay. That's how this works. A lot of people have been asking me.
Is that how easy comedy is?
Yeah. A lot of people have been asking me how does comedy work? And I'm like, well, let me tell you what.
You just say a lot of awkward things.
Exactly. And reference movies from the 90s.
And go, you're gay.
And then, no, call the movies gay. You don't want to be liable. Liable.
Okay.
Liable. Liable is different than liable. Is that a wooden chalice?
It is.
It reminds me of hold on, ready? It reminds me of Raiders. The Last Crusade, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Where he finds the Holy Grail, and fills it with his dad's cum because he's gay.
I don't think that's how that happened, but
yeah,
okay.
But that was comedy. Did you see it happen just there? That was hilarious. No, nobody in this room thought it was funny, least of all me. But somebody out there was like, "God damn! If I could."
Just like
there's some really cool James May Talks Too Much listener that was like, "Man, if I had to tell you how many times I had to fill a holy chalice with my dad's seed."
I love how you made him so redneck.
Yeah.
Like,
I imagine that most people who listen to this podcast listen to the cassette version of it in their pickup truck. They have it's like a white cassette, not even a clear cassette.
Fuck you.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah. You tried.
I tried to burn down all the bridges before they even built. It's a skill, really. It's a talent. Does this dinosaur have a name? 'Cause that'd be cool.
T-Rex.
Well, I mean, yeah, we all knew that, but like if you personalized him at all, I would call him Ribs McGillicuddy.
Ribs McGillicuddy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I call him Large Michelangelo.
Ooh. That's a good name. I would love that name. It would be so sweet. Like if I had a kid, I've already gone on record as saying if I had a kid, I would call him Gay Queer. That'd be his name, Gay Queer. But
what are you doing to people?
If I could pick my name,
why would you do that to somebody?
It would be to make his life fun, you know.
It's not fun.
It'd be really fun for that guy.
No, that's not fun.
It fits with Schoonover. There's only so many names that work with the
Gay
last name
Queer
Schoonover. Gay Queer Schoonover. It rolls.
Gay Queer Schoonover. Get the fuck over here.
It rolls off the tongue. The teachers, Gay Queer. Remember Ferris Bueller's Day?
Yeah.
Gay Queer.
Bueller.
Gay Queer.
Bueller. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Did you see that? So I would call him. No, if my name was Large, that'd be awesome. If my name was Large, I would lose a ton of weight and get my legs cut off at the knees by a train. So then people would be like, "It's so ironic that your name is Large because you're a very small, petite gentleman."
And have no legs.
Yeah, that'd be like
because you didn't pass out drunk on train tracks.
No, what I would start if I was Large, I would lose a bunch of weight and then I would start like nipping off pieces of my body. So start with like the little pinky toes and work over and then just keep, and people are like, he seems to be getting smaller for some reason. Show up to work and I don't have any fingers one day. They're just like, what happened? You're like, don't worry about what happened, motherfucker. And then just at some point I'm just like a torso working at the post office.
Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? What did I do?
James,
fucked up.
It's too late now. It's out there. It's on the internet.
No, that's not how this worked. So I could go back and edit all this.
How? It's impossible. I talk too slow. What are you pointing at? The bong?
No, the computer.
Like,
no, the computer. That's
time
how.
Travel bong. I can go back and make it right.
No, the computer. I'll cut out.
Was about to get
Dude, we are not putting ice Jews.
Ice Jews?
In this podcast.
You don't think Ice Jews is out there on the internet? I mean...
No, we created that.
That was good, huh?
We getting canceled.
Canceled? No, come on. That's not a thing that happens.
No. And
I'm firmly in the court. I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't think it's a real thing.
Honestly, I don't know what you're going to cancel other than my apartment and my dog right now. What the fuck you canceling?
Wouldn't that be funny if the cancel police showed up and they just lit your apartment on fire and stole your dog? You're like, oh, I got canceled. This sucks.
Like the ultimate canceled.
Yeah, that's super canceled. That's like hardcore canceled, man.
The cancel.
Hardcore. You can't get canceled. Nobody can. It's not a thing that's real.
No, if you accept it.
Yeah, that's
if you accept it.
Yeah, we live in a victim culture where everybody's a victim. If you say, drop N-bombs on your podcast, then
no,
you're gonna get victimized by the PC police. They're gonna come and take your dog and set your apartment on fire. I don't think that's true.
We obviously both know the line that you were not gonna cross.
What line? I need my lines to be very clearly marked.
No. Hey, we're about in an hour, Derek. This was great.
This is it?
This is it.
So it's just getting warmed up.
No. Right. 1 hour, man. That's what it... But I had a good time.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
No, I really did, man.
Dog had a good time.
You're a silly dude, and
dirty dog.
I love ice juice.
Make sure to check out the Face Off podcast, now available on Hulu, YouTube, Netflix, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Office.
What are
Windows
you doing?
95,
Stop.
Fortnite.
Stop.
Golf buddies and
friends.
All right. What's that?
So,
James?
Derek, gotta get out of here now.
Yeah. You have to leave right now.
Well, no, I want to do the sign off, you asshole.
Oh, you gotta do a sign out?
Yeah.
This is James May for James Mays to James May with James May. Is that the Ninja Turtles? Wait, Injustice 2? Wait, what? You get to be a turtle? Isn't Injustice a... What are we talking about right now?
I'm just waiting for you to stop.
So...
the Injustice 2 is DC fighting game, but they put the Ninja Turtles in there.
I like a good Ninja Turtle here and there. Who's your favorite?
It's obviously Leonardo.
Large Michelangelo. Was that dinosaur's name?
That's his name now. It's Large Mikey.
That's such a good name. I wish I would have named my dog Large Michelangelo. I have a hard time. See, that's a weird thing here. Hold on, before you sign off. That's a weird thing. I sometimes sit and try to think of something that's weird. And then other people just sometimes say things that are like fundamentally weird, like Large Michelangelo. And I get insanely jealous. And I'm like, oh man, I wish this guy would get canceled. Like that. It's one of those things.
All right, man. Thank you for joining me.
Podcast.
Derek Schoonover.
Doing that thing.
Is it the Face Off podcast that you're a part of now?
Does my voice sound low? We have no cans, so I can't tell. Write in. Tell me if my voice sounds low.
Derek.
What's that? No, I got divorced from my podcast mate, so he got the dog in the house. Penis.
All right. So, you doing any shows, anything like that?
No, I don't do shows. I'm too edgy.
Well,
that was a good one. Wait, hold on. Ask me again.
Got any shows?
No, I don't do shows. I'm too much of a quote-unquote fucking asshole. This is what every single person I've ever met has said. That guy is pretty cool if he wasn't such a quote unquote,
asshole.
Fucking asshole.
Well, you do you on that. Like, you are an asshole, by the way.
I know.
Just so, they're not wrong.
Bad.
But,
it's a compulsion at this point.
But
I'm compulted to be an asshole.
Yeah, you are.
Welcome to James May Talks Too Much with James May, your host, which is me, and my guest, Dre Bibitose. How's it going, Dre?
I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you.
All right. Good.
Hey, check him out on Facebook, Instagram, Derek Schoonover.
Check out
and then, as always,
48
go. I need. Yeah.
This is where James play bugs the pop, boo or burr. See, words are good. You just can make them up.
You can think North Spokane and pocket.
Huh?
Pocket.
Hold on.
North Spokane Apothecary.
Ooh. North Spokane Hippocatu.
That's why I have Stacy say this.
I can make up words too, James. West Wenatchee Emancipatorium. Come down to the haberdashery and get your Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah, those are all fake words too, James. We all can play that game.
Can I?
Once again, I'd like to thank North Spokane Hypocrisy.
Can I plug my sponsor?
Hypocrisy.
Can I please plug my sponsor?
What's an apothecary? Does it
I'll
have
tell
to do
you
with
after.
Marijuana?
Always go to North Spokane Apothecary.
Oh, you got it.
.com.
That was awesome.
Use the promo code SpreadEagle. You get yourself a nice discount. It helps us out. Always like, subscribe, and share it up. And you guys always have a great rest of your week. Have a good one. Fuck him.